start again. So taking a moment to find your comfortable seat. Again, whatever that feels like for you, it could be, you could even be on your back if you like, if that's more of a resting pose for you at the moment. But if you're, if you can, maybe move flesh aside to get a good rooting down of the sits bones. Think about your ribs lifting from the waistline a little bit. You can even lift your shoulders towards the ears, back and down, and then that little bit of that stretch of the neck drawing back. So your spine vertebrae and neck are in alignment. By doing that, hopefully that you notice that when you take a deep breath in and a long breath out, it can be a little fuller, it can be a little longer in count. When we're lifting the heart and even placing the neck into alignment, it can allow for about 30% more airflow, more passage for oxygen. That's huge, 30% into the bloodstream, into the brain, into the muscles. Just taking a moment to, again, if you notice that you start to lose your alignment, maybe readjusting the ribs, the shoulders, the neck. For that deep breath in, and then matching long breath out. Begin to just be aware of what's happening in the body. Noticing today's body, what's holding on to tension and darkness, but also noticing the areas of openness and light. Deep breath in, long breath out. If you notice that the mind is drifted, just slowly bringing it back to this moment, to this inhale, and to this exhale. And then let's slowly start to come back again to this moment, maybe moving the fingers, letting the hands drift to the side and overhead with the full breath in, and hands to the heart as you exhale. Nice strong breath in and a long breath out. And let's come into the twist, so letting the arms reach high and then kind of exhale as you go to the right side, letting the waistline come into that action, head, neck, and eyes can turn and look right, and then go back to center with the inhale, twist to the left, head, neck, and eyes can look left. So there's inhale, there's a lot of breath. Just twist as far as it feels okay, watch it. You're not collapsing on that left side. You stay kind of strong through the sits bones. Inhale through center, exhale with the twist. Inhale through center, exhale with a twist, going to that side, and then whichever side you're going to next, let that be the last one. Got an itch on my nose that won't go away, good. Let's take the arms high. Right hand comes to the floor, left arm brings you kind of up and over for this big side body stretch. Sorry, there's somebody else wanting to come in. Good, so alternating that side, bringing that left hand to the floor, right arm brings you up and over. So as you come into this, remember, root down through the sits bones, lift up, be aware of where your neck is, hold it as long as you like. If you're getting a good stretch on that side body, keep that sits bone rooted. Moving with your breath. That arm that's going up, really extend through the arm, out through the fingertips. Good. One more time to this side, and then whichever side you're going to next, let that be the last one. And then let's come back to center. So we're going to bring the arms forward and really extending through the fingertips. Reach forward so the shoulder blades kind of pull away and pull forward. And then elbows stay low, shoulders stay low as you take the elbows towards each other, kind of bringing the shoulders together on the back. Watch that you're not pushing your heart forward. So you're staying really strong through the body, even your neck's in alignment. Arms come forward. Exhale, elbows go back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, elbows go back. Let's do a couple more. And then this time with the elbows back, kind of hold it there. We're gonna cross the arms over the chest. So maybe pull that right arm to the left arm to the right to get to the point where the elbows stack, go back out. Opposite arm on top. And out. So alternating that top arm, pull them in the opposite direction, so your forearm stack or maybe even the elbows, just depends. Try to bring that space into the back body and then limit that space. You're bringing the shoulder blades towards each other. Good, last one, whatever side you're on, let this one be the last one. And then shake it off a little bit. So before we transition into another pose while we're still here in the seated position, let's do some finger work, wrist work. So move your legs at any point if you need to. We're gonna be here for just a couple moments. So the right hand comes out in front. Now if this is, if your arm's really straight, you're gonna feel that stretch on the bottom of the forearm and the bottom of your wrist. The left fingers, draw those right fingertips back towards you. So I'm going to turn just a little bit so you can kind of see that my fingers, I'm drawing those fingers back. And you get to control that stretch with how far you take it towards you. Now keep your arms straight, drop the fingers to the floor, same idea. You're drawing those fingertips back, that stretch. Now switch to the top. And then let's let that go. Take your left thumb and kind of massage from your elbow to your wrist along the forearm. If you've been doing yard work or, what were you doing, Fred? Can't remember what you said. Oh, yeah, mowing the lawn. So this might feel good. It might, if you need a moment and you feel tension, get in there and work that space a little bit more. Coming down to the wrist and then the top of the hand. Get into each space between the fingers. And get in there, feel some sort of sensation, come to the pinky side of the hand. And then we're gonna flip the hand over to get to the open palm, each finger. Kind of get in there, get some sensation happening. We're allowing more circulation, blood flow, oxygen, good stuff. Working around any jewelry, wrist rings, or watches or rings that you have in. Good, and then let's shake that hand off. When you're done, don't short yourself, do all 5 fingers, but then shake it off. Let's go to the second side. Left hand comes out, right fingers drop back towards you. Again, hopefully feel that at the bottom of the forearm and bottom of the wrist. Let's drop the fingers to the floor, draw it back again, switching that stretch to the top of the forearm, top of the wrist. The arm's really straight, you should feel that. Good. And then release it, massage from the elbow to the wrist. Oh boy, oh yeah, I feel that. So again, if you feel this little space of tightness or tension, run over it a little bit more, maybe even after class is done. This is something that you can come back to on your own time. It's certainly something you can do while you're watching TV or waiting for water to boil. So come to the wrist and top of the hand in between the finger joints there. Flipping the hand over for the open palm, and then again, each finger. Take your time. Really trying to get in there, work those joints. Good. And then give that left hand just a little bit of a shake off, maybe a couple of fist pumps. And then we're going to join the fingers and just kind of push down towards the floor a little bit. Maybe it's a straight arm or there could be a bend to it. Just kind of stretching the back of the hand and the fingertips in that opposite direction. And then again, a couple of fist bumps. Good. So we're gonna come to our back. I think we did this on Friday, a little bit of opening for the legs, opening for the hips. This is a level 1-2 class, so if you feel comfortable by doing it in standing, you certainly can, but I'm gonna show this lying down. So, and if you have a strap, awesome, we're gonna use that. If you don't have a strap, no worries. You can do this by holding your leg with your hand or leg muscle, which is ideal. So coming to your back, take your time. Have your knees bent. Your strap's right there. We're gonna come to it in a moment. But let your feet walk apart a little bit. So you have this little distance, your right foot to the right, left foot to the left. And then your knees kind of drop towards each other, or sorry, towards, to the right and then to the left. So they're both going to one side, and then they're both going to that second side. So when you're dropping it, you can think of that knee kind of being to that instep of the foot on the other side, on that opposite leg. My hips are a little tight today too, so my twists are just finally loosening up. Keep going from one side to the other. As you go to the left, that right side of the body lifts up a little bit. Think of that knee kind of pushing away, so you get that stretch along the right side of the body. Opposite, left knee drops, push, kind of think of that knee pushing away, so you stretch that left side. And then we're gonna come back to center. Knees are still high, but walk your feet towards each other a little bit. They're still hip width distance. You got a little bit of space between there, but they're closer in and maybe closer towards you. Now, we're gonna take your right leg up towards the ceiling. If you have a strap, here's where we're gonna place it over the sole of the foot. If you're using your hand, awesome, no worries. So if you have your strap, try to keep your shoulder and neck in alignment. We're not gonna, I don't want you to hold it too close up towards the foot where you're feeling strain on your shoulder and neck. Drop your right foot to the right, push through that heel. I'm gonna drop my left knee to the left, same time. Try to keep your pelvis even. Watch what you see. If I'm dropping my right foot to the floor too much, that left side lifts. So you want to keep both sits bones, or your pelvis more to the floor, your low back is on the floor. Push through that right heel still.
That left knee drops, so you're kind of on the pinky side of the left foot. Push through that right heel. Hopefully that's working some inner thigh. This is opening the hips. One more breath. Good. Now think of both legs coming up at the same time. So you're going to bring that left foot to the floor at the same time the right leg goes high up towards the ceiling. Left leg is going to go long now. Let it extend long to the floor. It doesn't need to hover. It can actually touch the floor. Your right hand drifts away. The left hand now comes to your strap. Or if you're not using your strap, no worries. We're just going to go into a twist. So start to take that left leg the right leg to the left. So that right side lifts. Straight out from the hip if you can. If your leg is more at a different angle, that's fine too. You're ideally getting a good little twist here. If you want a little more, your right hand can kind of come to your right hip, right where your body kind of meets your torso and leg meet there. And you can push your right side towards your left foot. So you're not pushing it to the left towards your right foot. You're kind of lengthening. Think of it lengthening, going long. And then we're going to slowly start to bring that right leg high up towards the ceiling. Bring your hand a little closer to the strap. The right hand, we're going to switch hands there. So the right hand now holds it. Bend the knee, bend the elbow, drop it towards the floor, and then push up towards the ceiling. So your left leg is not asleep, it's still active. Push through that heel. Half of a happy baby, an active baby. Up towards the ceiling, and then bend it. Opening, getting into the hamstring, opening that hip, a little hip flexor there. Good, last one, bend it down, take it high. You can use your strap or maybe your hands around the back of the thigh. Bring the leg towards the head and heart as the head and heart come up to meet the leg. So you can keep push through that right heel, keeping that leg really active as you let your head and heart come towards it. Good, head and heart release to the floor. We're gonna lower that right leg down for a count of 10. So use your strap if you need to, or ideally you're using more core muscle. So here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in, long breath out. Sometimes if you bring your feet together here, since we work that right side, you may notice that your right leg is a little longer than the left. That's kind of fun to see. Let's bend the knees. Soles of the feet come to the floor. We're gonna let that left leg extend high, wrapping the strap around the left foot if you have a strap, or if you're using your hands, that's where we're going. So we're gonna drop that right knee, same time the left leg goes out. Again, trying to keep your pelvis and your low back to the floor. So you're not lifting up on your right side. The more you push through that left heel, that activates that left leg. You may feel it in your quad and the inner thigh. Couple rounds of breath. Again, you rock to that pinky side on the right leg, the right foot. And then let's think of that right knee coming up the same time the left leg goes high. Right leg extends long to the floor, straight out from the hip if you can, so there's not an angle to it, and you're pushing through that heel. Right hand comes to the strap now. Left arm is free, maybe you root it down to the left. We're going to a twist. pushing through that left heel, maybe that leg lifts, that left side lifts up off the floor. You can be looking straight up towards the ceiling, or maybe you're turning and looking to the left a little bit. Just be aware of how that feels for your neck. We haven't done any neck work yet, so be gentle. Good, take your time, slowly, slowly. Let's start to bring that left leg back up. Left hand's now gonna hold the strap. We're gonna push your both heels, both legs are active. Coming into half a happy baby on that left side. Bend the knee, bend the elbow, drop it down towards the floor, and then push back up. Down towards the floor, and push back up. Couple more. If you are using your hand, you can have your hand around the back of the thigh, or for some of you, maybe you can even hold your foot. Just depends on your flexibility. So listening to your body. Good, and then next time the leg is high, we're gonna hold it there. Push through that left heel again, wrap your hands around the back of the thigh, or you can use your strap to bring it in. But sometimes as you bring your head and heart up, bringing the leg in towards the body, really pushing through that left heel. And then lower your head and heart to the floor. We're gonna lower the left leg, count at 10, 9, 8, 7, push through both heels, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Release that strap, you can place that aside for now. Maybe measuring the legs, see if you've evened them up. Let's bend the knees, we're gonna come to our reclining pigeon. This is a really good one for hip openings. So soles of the feet to the floor again, hip width distance, a little bit of space there. We're gonna let the right leg go high. Ankle relaxes over the left knee. You can draw your right toes towards your right knee. Watch that you haven't just shifted all your weight to that right side. You're still trying to keep your pelvis and low back to the floor. If you want more than this, you can start to bring your left leg in towards you. You can hold it with the hands around the back of the thigh, or you can use your strap. I just don't want you to strain your neck and shoulders at all. So just let your head and shoulders rest on the floor so you can use whatever prop you need to if you're bringing that left leg in. And then if you have that left leg lifted, let's bring it to the floor. Right foot to the floor. Let's go directly to the second side. Left leg extends, let it rest on the right knee. So again, trying to find that equalness of your low back, pelvis being equal. Toes can draw towards the knee. You can stay right here. If you want more, you start to bring that right thigh in towards you. Again, hands or a strap, making sure you're not straining your neck or shoulders. Couple rounds of breath. And then let's let the right foot go. If you've lifted it, left foot releases. Walk your feet apart again. And then let your knees drop from one side to the other. We did this at the beginning of this series of the leg work, hip opening, so just notice if that feels any different for you. It does for me. My knees are able to swing a little bit wider, a little lower to the floor. Good, good. Let's come back to center. Walk the feet towards each other. So we're gonna do a moving bridge while we're here. Why not, right? So bring your feet a little close in towards each other again, hip width distance, and maybe closer into the body. So So the moving bridge, we're gonna lift the hips up from the floor at the same time the arms come overhead. So it may not be a big lift. If you have a normal bridge practice and you can really lift up, it may not be big. And when you exhale, everything comes back down. Inhale, come up, exhale, back down. So now you know what you're doing. Maybe turn away from the screen so you're looking straight up towards the ceiling. Root your soles of the feet, back of the head, back of the shoulders to lift everything as high as you can. With the exhale, again, lower everything back down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Couple more. Good. Next time you're low, we'll stay there for just a moment. We're going to come into bridge. So we're not going to take the arms overhead for this pose. We're going to maybe even root the palms to the floor next to the body. So the back of the shoulders, back of the head, soles of the feet, root down. Maybe even your palms push down to let your pelvis reach high. As high as that feels okay. Some of you may have a regular bridge practice where you clasp hands under the back. Really push your soles of the feet into the floor. Lift those hips up as high as you can and lower back down. Once your pelvis is to the floor, take your time, draw knees in towards the chest. You can move a little from one side to the other. Maybe it's little circles, side to side. We're going to come into a bridge for a second time. So take your time. Again, feet are to the floor, knees are about hip width distance, close into your body. Your gaze is looking straight up towards the ceiling. Root the back of your head, back of the shoulders, maybe even the palms, soles of the feet to the floor to lift up. Pelvis goes high. Your gaze is looking straight up towards the ceiling, so there's no crink in your neck. Big breath in. And slowly start to lower back down towards the floor. We're going to bring those knees in towards the chest again. Rock a little side to side. Maybe it's little circles. Good. Let's bring the soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to do a big transition here. So take your time going from being on your back with your knees high to a down dog. So you can come to your side. You can let your hands come in front of you. Slowly, maybe it's a tabletop first. Root your palms to the floor, tuck the toes, and into that down dog. Pedal the feet. Maybe it's push through the arms so you get those ears in between the upper arms. Lifting the hips high towards the ceiling. And then we're going to come to stand. So the best way for you to get there, it could be a hop, it could be coming to your knees, it could be walking hands or feet towards each other. And then draw your belly in, engage your core, really protecting the low back as you come to stand. Good, shake it off. I gotta take a little sip of water here. Good, good. All right. So, standing. Let's keep going with a little bit of leg work and a little hip opening. So feet are about hip width distance apart. We'll come in and out of this a little bit from one side to the other. So
Always returning to Tadasana, the strong standing pose. Let's bend the knees. Let your right heel come out in front. So this is a little bit of a balance challenge, or if it is for you, have your wall close by or a chair close by. We're gonna let the heart come forward, same time the toes are drawing up towards you. So calf hamstring on that front leg. You can place your hands to the hips or to the thighs. Some of you may even be able to touch the floor. Just depends on your flexibility. Now draw the belly in, engage your core as you lift the heart up. Right foot steps back. Tadasana, strong standing pose. We're gonna go to the second side. Bend the knees, left heel comes out in front. Again, wall or chair close by for balance if you need it. Hands can be to the hips or to the thighs. Maybe even as you drop your heart towards the toes, you can come to the floor with the hands. Those left toes stay active. Pull them towards you. Get that calf hamstring stretch. Draw the belly in again to come up. And step that foot back. Nice. So now we're going to take the feet apart. So wider than hip width distance, but you get to control how far you take your feet apart here. Ideally, when we come into the squatting, you're not needing to lift your heels. So your feet are as far apart as you can with your soles of the feet still to the floor. And ideally, you still have your shoulders over your hips. So we're gonna slowly think of the soles of the feet rooting. Let those knees go out towards each other, or excuse me, out away from each other as you go low, not dropping in. Exhale as you go low. Inhale it back up. So hopefully this is awakening the inner thighs a little bit more, the quads. We're gonna keep adding on to this. So the more that we open this up and the more your soles of the feet root. If you feel like your heels need to lift, then just stop right where you feel that need, right? Because that's gonna open those quads. The more you stay in that spot, that hopefully is engaging that muscle, opening it up and the hips up. Good, last one. Nice. Okay, so I know we do this one in class and some of you are new, just being online, so have a wall or a chair close by for balance, but we're gonna, so now, we're gonna come forward a little bit with the heart. You can kind of bring your hands to the knees if you like, and trying to keep your hips right where they are. We're gonna shift from one side for a big stretch, on the other as you drop to the right, you're stretching the left and come up. So if you're taking your hip with you, you're not gonna get that stretch. So lock those hips in place. Come up, stretch to the left. So you're stretching that right side. Come up, again, try and lock those hips in place. You got that slight bend to the knees. Your left hand can kind of even push into that left knee. Maybe it's a straight arm, really get that stretch. Good, one more, take that, so you've done 2 to each side or 3 to each side, just depends on how fast you're going. Come back to center. Woo! I'm talking too fast. Oh, see, my heels were out of alignment. I didn't tell you to check that. All right, check your heels, make sure they're in alignment. We're gonna do one more here. So this time, think of the tailbone dropping, your shoulders stay over the hips, so you're staying upright. We did the heart forward a little bit. Now lift the right heel and bring it down. Try and keep the hips even, lift the left heel and bring it down. Bring it back to the right and to the left. Try lifting both heels a little bit, maybe go a little lower, just depends. Again, what's going on, take a breath or two. Bring the heels to the floor, straighten the legs. Shake it off. So we're ready to go into some trees now because the hips are really open. Those last exercises especially really get into target that imbalancing too. So Tadasana, strong standing pose. We're going to take the weight to the right leg, lift that left knee up, let it open a little bit. You have not turned your hips to the left at all. Make sure your shoulders are in line with the hips. Push that left foot into the right leg, maybe even to the floor for rooted. Hands can be to the heart or overhead. We're going to work some arms here in a moment, so hopefully this feels okay. Drop those shoulders from the ears if they've lifted. If you've come out of your tree, go back into it for a moment. Deep breath in, long breath out. Good, and then slowly we'll let that first side go. Shake off the limbs. Back to strong standing pose. Lengthen the tailbone, good. So we're gonna take the weight to the left leg, bring that right knee up, let it open a little bit. Again, you've not turned your hips. You'll feel it in that left knee, especially if you've kind of shifted the body to the right. Place that foot high or low, core strong. Hands can be to the heart, to a wall, to a chair, maybe overhead. With a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then when you're ready, again, we'll slowly let that side go. Shake the arms, shake the legs. Back to your strong standing pose, back to Tadasana. Let your arms extend shoulder height. So even here in this, and just with the arms coming out, if that doesn't feel good for you, let one arm rest down a little bit, do what's right for you. But drop the shoulders. Now reach out with the fingertips, lengthen your tailbone so you're not pushing your pelvis forward or back or your heart anywhere, and then move the arms through some circles. Be aware of where your neck is even, make sure it's not pulling forward. Drop the tailbone again, bring the head into alignment. A couple rounds of breath here as you move the arms, slow, small circles. Good, let the arms drop. We're gonna come into scissors. So one arm reaches high and the other draws back, and then switch. So okay, the body stays pretty still. Big stretch up, long stretch back. Couple more. Good, whatever side you're on, let that next one there be the last one, back to center. Arms come shoulder height again, know what's right for you. Flip the palms, let's go in the reverse action. Thumbs draw backwards. Again, tailbone lengthens, heart's in alignment, neck's in alignment. A lot of breath. And then flip the palms, release the arms. We're gonna rotate the thumbs in so the shoulder blades come forward, and then rotate the thumbs out so the shoulder blades go back. Okay, tailbone lengthens, neck's in alignment. Go with what feels right for you, for your body, depending on injuries and surgeries and such. Maybe one side has more range of motion than the other. It's just something that we honor. Not forcing anything to happen here. Rotate in, open it out, do one more wherever you are, go all the way through it, in and out. Nice. Shake that off a little bit. Let your arms come up. And then as you bring those elbows in a little bit, dropping it so you're like in a W here with your arms, you feel that action of the shoulder blades coming towards each other and down. So they kind of go in and lower down. Now, hold that action as you bring the elbows to the waistline. And we're gonna 1, 2, 3, lift the arms shoulder height, 1, 2, 3, lower and back down. So you've got that engagement of the shoulder blades, right? Hopefully you feel that. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down, a couple more, nice and slow. Good, one more, 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down, let that go. Shoulders can roll around a little bit. Let's take the arms high again. Tailbone lengthens, neck's in alignment, good. Now, as you bring those elbows down a little bit, feel that shoulder work. Drop them in towards each other and down the back. Hold on to that as you bring the elbows and palms towards each other. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3, up. Hold that engagement. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down. Last one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, good. Shake it off again. Now let your right arm extend forward, reach high, touch somewhere. So your hand is resting at the back of the head, neck, shoulders, wherever, and then slowly come out of it. Good, go to the left, up, back, touch again, depending on range of motion on each side. Listen to your body. Alternating each side, nice and slow with control. One more here to the right side and out. Good. Last one to the left side. Up, back, and touch. Good. Shake it off. So we're going to join the fingers and push down. We did that a little bit ago, but now we're standing. And tailbone lengthens, heart still lifting, so you're not dropping through, shortening that stretch. Stay strong, push the palms towards the floor. Now push the palms away, shoulder height. Good, push the palms away even as you take the arms up. Good, bring the hands in front of you, bring the palms together. We're gonna take those fingertips and kind of lead this into a big heart opening and let it go. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. So join the fingers, push the palms towards the floor, push the palms away, push the palms away as you take the arms high. Where's your neck? Make sure it's not pulling forward. Good, bring the hands back out in front of you with the palms together. Let the heart open, as far back as you can, and let it go. Good, good, shake it off. And we're gonna do some warriors now. So if you have your mat at home, you can come to the top of the mat. I'll few things from one side to the other. If you want more of a challenge, you can go in and out of down dog from one side to the other. So hands to the heart. We're gonna bring the right foot forward for warrior one. Left foot steps back a little bit. You've got that distance between the legs, right? That front knee gets that soft bend to it. Push back into that left heel so that leg's really straight. You're not dropping the knee. Or if you are, that's okay. But the more you push into that heel, the more you fire up that leg and get into some muscles. Make sure your right foot's pointing forward. Hands could be to the heart or overhead. I'll stop talking so you can just check in with yourself and breathe. Let the shoulders relax. I'll try and stop talking. Good, let's take hands to the heart. Left foot's gonna come forward or go through your down dog. Second side, with the left foot forward, warrior one. Left knee has that soft bend, you're kind of square, shoulders over the hips. Pushing back into that right heel, really activate that leg. So it could be a short step or you can go longer, just whatever feels right for you, as long as you can kind of really push back into that right heel. So your heel's not up off the floor, you feel that stretch. Good. Deep breath in, long breath out. Let's take hands to the heart with the right foot stepping forward or go through your down dog. Warrior two with the right foot forward. Left foot steps back a little bit longer than warrior one, or just depends what's right for you. So we're gonna turn, bend that right knee. The hips turn a little bit to the left. Arms find that extension and reach. So ideally, as per usual, right, you're trying to stack those shoulders over the hips. Watch out you're not pulling forward. If you can't, bring it back. Watch that front knee. Make sure it's not dropping in to the left. Work that inner thigh. We've already done some of that work already. See if you can engage that muscle and bring that knee on top of the ankle. Good. Hands to the heart. Left foot steps forward or go through your down dog. Good. Second side. Right foot's going to step back. Left knee has that soft bend. You're kind of turning your hips to the right a little bit. Let those arms extend out and reach. Your gaze can be in alignment with your torso, or maybe you're turning your neck a little bit to look over that front arm. Shoulders relax. Root down through the soles of your feet. Hands to the heart, right foot steps forward or down dog. Crescent lunge, which we do in class a lot, so it's a balance challenge. Left foot steps back onto your toes. Hips are square. You've got this wide enough distance with your feet. You're not stacking them there. You've got this distance, right? Again, shoulders over the hips, hands can be to the heart or overhead. Let the shoulders drop from the ears. Ideally, you're getting a good stretch on that left leg, on your quad, and opening up your psoas muscle there. The heel can be pointing back or up, just depends on your flexibility in the foot. Airplane, adding on to the pose, arms can drop to the side, you're pushing off on that front foot, lift that left leg, and then come to stand when you're ready. Good, down dog if that's where you're going, if you're doing that in between the poses. If not, we'll step the right foot back for a crescent lunge. Again, about hip width distance with the feet, and you're on those right toes. Heel can be pointing back or up. Try and keep the shoulders over the hips, so watch that you're not pulling forward. That can do a little, there's kind of that tailbone lengthening action. Get your core engaged. Hands can be to the heart or overhead. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Ideally, again, this is getting into that back leg. Really good stretch here. This is one of my favorites, if you guys didn't know that already. And then, if you want to add on, it's a balance challenge, so know what's right for you. Arms can drop to the side. You can push off on that left leg. Heart drops at the same time the leg lifts. You're in airplane. And then come to stand when you're ready. Awesome, awesomeness. Good, good. So we're just gonna do like a little twist. So let your knees bend, your arms kind of swing. You can actually tap yourself. Here I'll allow for like a little rag doll. A lot of times I don't allow you the rag doll, but here if you want to, you can kind of get into a little bit of a twist. You might feel it on the opposite side. Okay, and then let's come back to stand. This is another one that we've done in class a few times, and a lot of you it's a normal, kind of a regular gym pose. It is the ice skater, speed skater. So one foot goes behind and the other, and you're kind of bending both knees. Then the other foot comes up, you take the other one behind and you bend both knees. You can kind of get your arms swinging with this too, if you like. You can go really slow. It can be a balance challenge, so maybe there's a chair in front of you or a wall. You can place hands to the hips if the arm swing is too much. We've done some leg work, so we're doing a little bit more, getting into those quads, working the feet. Try and get maybe a little bit of a twist in there, working your core, getting the heart rate up a little. Go at your own pace. Couple more. Good. Next one's the last one. Go all the way through it, one to each side. Back to center. Shake that off a little bit. We're gonna do the cocoon butterfly pose. So it's similar to a cat-cow, but when you're standing, you can have a little bit more of freedom here. You can bend the knees, really rounding the spine, let your head drop. Come into stand and then heart opens. Bring those shoulder blades towards each other. Maybe root your feet down, lift the heart up. And back into the cocoon. Take your time. You get to explore this pose from one to the other. So there's a slow movement, a lot of breath. Next one's the last one. So wherever you are, go all the way through it. Cocoon. And open it up. Nice. So we're gonna do the tapping exercise. I do this in the chair class a lot. We're gonna do this here in the stiff guys. If you're standing, awesome. So we can kind of get things moving around here a little bit. One arm comes out, the other hand taps. The open palm, flip over to get to the back side of the hand, come along the wrist, come along the forearm, to the elbow, upper arm all the way around, get to the shoulder. Then that hand taps along the collarbone. When you get to your thyroid, let both hands tap here. Tap along the neck. Then the other hand takes over. Shoulder, upper arm, elbow, forearm. I got an itch, it won't stop. Wrist, open palm, back of the hand. So when you're done with the arms, then we're gonna take both hands high, up underneath, as high as you can. Tap along the sides of your body. The sides here hide some lymph nodes. We got 22 on each side, right? So the more you tap here, it may feel tender. If it does, then this is good. You're kind of flushing things out. You're getting it to move around. You're getting things moving. So you may need to drink some water afterwards. There's more lymph nodes right here where the torso kind of meet the legs. So tap along here. Tap maybe at the low back, across the belly, kidneys. And then we're gonna tap the legs. So maybe bending down to get to the legs, or maybe bring a leg up to meet you, it just depends. And it's light tapping, right? We're just getting the blood and circulation going. Not trying to bruise ourselves here at all. Don't say Annie's yoga left marks on you, other than an open heart. Okay, when you're done tapping, here's where we take both hands and wipe things off. So first, maybe it's off the lower legs, then off the upper thighs. Wipe off the belly, the back, the chest, the arms, maybe off the face and the head. Even though we didn't really tap there, it's still good stuff. The last thing to wipe off is the hands. We've wiped the body down with our hands, so the last thing to wipe off is the hands to release all that energy. Come down to your back now. We're gonna move into Shavasana. So take your time. Maybe you bend your knees and roll to one side, elbow, elbow. Get there as safely as you can for your low back and body. Your knees may be bent, maybe dropping, walk the feet out and drop the knees in if you've got low back stuff going on, or you can take the legs long with the palms open. So after all that tapping, you may feel some energy work happening in the body. That's blood and circulation flowing freely now. Just being aware of what's going on. Take a few rounds of deep breath. Long breath in is equally a breath out. Let your left hand come to the belly, right hand towards the heart. Continue to breathe. Connecting mind, body, and spirit as we gently transition from resting into the world that awaits. Make sure that you're fully connected with yourself. I'm gonna move into the physical body, maybe taking the arms overhead to stretch, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, stretch from the fingers to the toes. And then let your knees bend, soles of the feet come to the floor, gently roll to the right side, pausing to transition. Coming into a comfortable seat when you're ready. Let's take hands out to the side for a full breath in as the arms sweep overhead, and then letting the hands come to the heart. Thank you everybody so much for sharing your virtual practice with me and each other this Tuesday evening. The light and divine in me bows to the light and divine within each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Annie.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks, Annie.
The brewery's opening Friday for takeout.
Where?
The brewery.
Oh.
Yeah, pizza and beer.
Hello. Maybe we do a part 2
Close
in
at
February.
Huh? They close at 7 though. Huh?
Well, it's only 6:30.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming you'd have to pick up your order by 7.
Well, I can pick things up. We can talk. We can text and talk beforehand.
Thank you, Annie. That was a fabulous class.
Yay.
Thank
Good.
you.
Thank you.
Feel great.
Yes, I didn't realize my hips were so tight, and I love the tapping. So I'll be doing this
good.
class again. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, the
That's
tapping's
nice
pretty
and
cool.
tingly. Yes.
All right. Oh,
Hi.
hi, Rufus.
It's okay. He goes by my name.
Is there a pet in here?
Brain fart.
All right, everybody.
Julie, come here.
Oh, what do you got there? Pick it up again, Molly. Oh, that's a pretty cooperative kitty.
This is Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
She was into her Shavasana.
Huh?
She was into her Shavasana. I disturbed her.
Hi,
Tula.
Come here, Jen.
She's right here. Tula's right here. See, there's Tula. There's Tula.
Hi, Tula.
Thanks, Annie. See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Amos,
Bye.
look for Tula.
I took Tula on a 2.5-hour walk yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She did really, really good. I didn't know it was going to be that long.
Wow.
Oh.
I thought maybe it was going to be an hour, but then it was 2, and then it went to 2.5, and she did awesome. So she's kind of resting today.
Yes, she should be.
I know.
Yeah, we've been continuing to break the law,
Oh,
haven't we?
well, it's so pretty. I don't blame you.
Yeah. We'll see how long we can do that.
Well, let's get in touch and see if we want to do part 2 on Friday.
Yeah. I want a growler too.
Yeah, right?
Here, pizza. Good night, Annie. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, everybody.
Right. Thank you.
Bye.